Good morning. Everybody hear
Morning.
me?
Morning.
Good morning. Welcome to Let's Talk Real Estate.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Right. Okay, October 30th, 2024. Let's talk real estate. Let's get right into it. The social media is this or that. So they had another one. All right. It must have been popular. And let's have a look at it. Go ahead and copy and paste this, put it on Facebook or wherever, and get everybody discussing this. Yeah, this is going to start an argument here. We got one that's very buttoned down with a black door and a beautiful wreath of little mini pumpkins. And then we have a spooky one with cobwebs. All right, what do we think? This or that? Nick?
Probably the first one. I like to, I don't know. I'm not into all the webs.
Yeah, but it's exciting for kids if you're going to
Well,
have
that's kind of true.
trick-or-treaters.
Yeah, the other one's very sophisticated, so that's kind of
Yeah. Yeah, but the other one's more snooty. They might have maybe higher end candy or something
I
like that.
guess that might have been it.
That's what I did expect from that.
Right.
Yeah, Josh, what do you think?
I kind of like the one with the cobwebs.
Yeah.
I've always been more of a horror kind of movie fan, and Halloween's one of my favorite holidays, so we do it up.
Nice.
Yeah, I kind of thought you might. Yeah.
That's right. Fantastic.
Okay.
But we
Anybody
got
else?
a this or a that out of the meeting. Yes.
Right. Okay. Grant, Kat, what do you think?
I like the spooky one.
I like the spooky one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh boy, it's really leaning in that direction.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm just getting pushed out the door because we got Shelly there that's saying spooky as well.
I like
Okay.
the first one.
You like
But,
the first one?
Yeah, but those pumpkins are more likely going to get smashed.
He's such an Eeyore. Kung is such an Eeyore. The pumpkins are just gonna get smashed.
You know the kids are going to be targeting that house.
They probably already are because it belongs to the strictest teacher in the school who has it just perfect. Also, does anybody see to the left of the pumpkin on the left, there's a rock? Now, I don't think that's a good idea for someone as
No.
unpopular as they are.
Well, right. Hey, Shauna she's a first one as well. So we
Okay.
got, we're getting
I
half and
thought
half.
so.
Spooky
thought
Might as
still
well
beating.
leave a crate of toilet paper outside too while you're at it.
That's right. Put a whole crate. Just make
Really help the kids out. Like, just give them what they need. Just give them the tools.
just a play kit. Yeah. Just a
Faye,
summer play
Faye is
kit.
saying the first one too. Okay, now we're neck and neck.
Now we're neck and neck. Okay. Um,
Mhm.
Shelly. Oh, Shelly. Okay. No, I think we're over yeah, I think it's number two's the winner.
Yeah, but barely.
Yeah.
Door one really caught up in the end.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. Well, so it's fun. It starts a conversation, and people will do that on Facebook.
Right.
So get it out there, and they will be looking at our brand and thinking about you while they're thinking about these houses. That's the idea, anyway. All right. Today, I want to talk about a couple of ways to get business now, because a good portion of the year is done, but it's not too late to do deals that still close before the end of the year, which is what you may be thinking about. Agents who still owe the IRS a little bit of money are counting on some more checks before the end of the year. And so it's something to think about. During the months of October, November, and December, do more lead generation and prospecting than you've ever done before this year. So really put a focus on it right now because it's a little bit of urgency to it. Novembers tend to be good in this region.
Mhm.
And so you certainly, by doubling down on your efforts, whatever they are, they can have an impact. Increase the number of contacts by 25 to 50% because two things are happening simultaneously. There's less transactions available, but there's way less agents participating. I've been hearing that for 30 years. And that's an argument to your clients. That's a counter to their concern. Well, yes, there's less buyers, but there's less inventory. So they equal each other out. So the off season is not a bad time. So if we increase the number of contacts we have, we're creating an opportunity to increase the number of transactions we do. Next one I really love, it's expand your market area. Think about what you're doing and what else you could be doing. Too many people are too confined, whether it's to a neighborhood that you seem to have some success in, or possibly a geographic farm of maybe 5,000 homes. Expand the marketplace. Really, there's no place where the cities are defined that there's nothing else close to that city that you're operating in. Everything has outlying areas or a town nearby. So expand into the suburbs, surrounding territories to expand your market. Expand the methods of lead generation you're using. And there are a lot of methods of lead generation. There's probably 5 or 6 at the top, but then there's all kinds of, what do we have? A list of 100 or so of alternate things to do, to think about and see if there's anything, to get from those right now. So if you took a listing, what was I going to say? Track them. Where did your business come from? If you took a listing, what was the origination point of that listing? Was it somebody from your geographic farm, somebody from your database? Was it a cold call? Was it a for sale by owner that you stopped and knocked on the door? So what was the source of that listing? And then look at your year's transaction count. You probably have 1 or 2 very defined methods of lead generation that you're most comfortable with, that you feel confident with, and that you're using to get business. So what if you expand that by 30, 40, 50%? Double down on the things that you know work. And if you added 1 to 2 new things for 2025 and started them this quarter, then by the end of the year, you'd have perfected those new things too. So always think about that. Always think about where your business is coming from and how you can get more of it from the same sources. And this, we all know, we talk a lot about the database. And if you don't have a database now, now is the perfect time before the holidays to start compiling it, because that's the traditional check-in point with your database, is to send them some kind of holiday greeting and things like that. Take whatever leads you're generating from whatever source you're getting them from, whether you're buying them off Zillow, Realtor.com, they come from your website or from the Century21.com, or you're just doing a good job of prospecting. You have a source of leads that you're not going to do anything with at this time because they're not ready. So create a database where you're sending them an email once a month, just updating all those leads that did not sign a contract or did not give you an appointment, and you're just sending them some type of information to keep them aware and that you're still alive and breathing. Where they say the number one reason people don't use you again, even though they'd like to, is they can't find you or they think you're too busy, things like that. You have to give them an invitation to call you. So think about the fact that somebody is going to call 2 realtors. They're going to call you and they're going to call another realtor, even though they're not ready to buy or sell. Put them in a lead follow-up database and send them correspondence once a month, or whatever your plan is. Once a month is good. So there's a few thoughts that you could use to finish the year stronger than you may have done otherwise. Don't get caught up in the mindset that there's no business to be done in the fourth quarter. It's absolutely not true. Granted, the number of transactions will reduce by 10, 14, up to 20%, but that means there's still 80 to 85% available to us if we're working, if we're the realtors that are actually working. So let's take advantage of the remainder of the year. What's a strong real estate market, and treat your business like a business. And now let's have a look at some of our business. Okay, let me see what
What do
we
we
have.
got here?
We have 28 listings.
This does not include commercial, by the way. I think we have 4 or 5 commercial that don't show up on this.
Okay. Okay, Kung and Shauna Dolby are not here today for various reasons.
Well, Kung is here. Mario and Shauna are not
What did I say?
here.
I'm going to play that back. What did I say? All right. Well, Kung is here. We all agree
Yes.
with that.
Yes.
How are things going, Kung?
Things in Oregon are going great. We have Faye under contract with a buyer on a new construction. So congrats to Faye.
Yes.
That one's in Northwest Portland. I just got notification that my transaction closed about 5 minutes ago. So I'll be meeting my buyer later today to get her the keys. That one's in Gresham. Let's see, and I've been in talks with some of our realtors. It sounds like we have some exciting new listings coming up. I'll announce them as soon as they hit the market. But we may have one in the Portland area as well as in the Coos Bay North Bend area.
Nice.
So we'll let you guys know as soon as they hit the market.
Okay, very good. Very good.
Nice.
All right. Well, let's look at a couple of our houses just because they're here. I'm just trying to find the prettiest house. Okay, well, here's a dream house.
That is a
This one
nice
is
house.
listed by Trudy Holman.
Yeah.
Is it? How'd you like that just as a vacation place, just a few hours away?
Mm.
Hop over there into your vacation house.
Wouldn't that be nice? Look at that deck in the front porch.
It's got a bay view.
Right. Okay. Oh, that's just cozy, beachy.
Right.
Oh, look at that. Only $619. That can be yours.
Yep, you can even purchase it
Nice.
for an investment. You know, either a short-term rental or
Perhaps Airbnb. Yeah.
Yep.
Perhaps Airbnb. That would be nice. That would be nice. Okay. Okay, excellent. Oh, I like that. That is yeah. That just brings back memories. We had that a lot of houses with that slanted deck rail, mid-century. I grew up around a lot of houses like that.
Right.
All right, so 28 listings. Congratulations. And they're selling, and that's good inventory. So keep up the good work. All right, company and office events. So I do want to announce something. We have a new branch because we just can't get enough of Century 21 branches. So Nick and I have opened another branch of Century 21 North Star, and this one is in Long Beach, Washington.
Oh, nice.
Well,
Yeah.
to clarify, we merged with a property management company,
That's right.
a very well-known, established, reputable property management company that's over 45 years old.
That's right.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Woo!
Yes, John, I was going to say that's an awesome area. I know Seaview and Long Beach really well. I was going to say that the Long Beach Peninsula, I've actually tried to point people in looking at buying in Washington there. It does sit in a tsunami, but I've been going to Seaview for about 10 years now, and it's a beautiful area.
Yes, it is.
It really is.
And you are correct. You have to watch those tsunami warnings on that.
Yeah, the little tsunami thing, but you know, with their signs,
Right.
If you're on Cape Disappointment, you avoid the tsunami zone.
That's
Right.
Oh, does it?
good.
Okay.
Don't get in your car and drive. Run for those hills, babe.
Yeah.
Or get in a boat or something.
Run for
Float
the
it
hills.
out.
Run for the hills.
Just ride it out.
Well, here's the exciting part. We have we won't be the only Century 21 on the peninsula because Leslie Brophy, who sold us her property management division, she is joining Century 21. And so she's on the peninsula as well. She will be Century 21 Pacific. And we will take over the property management. And we'll be Century 21 North Star. The really exciting thing, because it's something different for North Star, is vacation rentals.
Mhm.
This puts us in the vacation rental business with about 35 units already operating up there. They appear to be very popular. So check out our website when I publish that, and consider your next weekend away in Longview or Long
That's
Beach.
right.
That's
Long Beach,
Super
Washington.
cool. That's like my favorite place to go on the Washington side to the beach.
Right.
I
It's
love
a
that area.
It's a nice long, literally a nice long beach, sandy beach to enjoy. You know?
Oh, you can drive on it.
And you can drive on it, right?
So fun. So
well,
fun.
and with Ilwaco there and Seaview and Long Beach, and then Ocean Shore, or is it Oceanside and Oysterville, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
There it is. Yes. And the Coast Guard is here.
That's right.
And this is the most treacherous entry in the world, I understand. And so the Coast Guard trains new people here all the time.
Yes.
Right.
It's quite intense in the winter for those barges trying to get into the mouth of the Columbia. Yes.
All right. Okay, we're very excited. That starts November 1st,
Nice.
and looking forward to it.
Get a hold of us if you have questions.
Yes.
Well, one of the nice things about the peninsula is the affordability of homes there.
Right. That's very true.
It's true.
It is true.
Yeah. Okay. Kung, do you have any events coming up?
Yeah, we have our November or October Lunch and Learn tomorrow. It's still October.
Okay.
First American will be here with a special guest to talk about estate planning. I think this is going to be a very good topic for agents as well as their clients. So come join us if you can make it. 12 p.m. at the Portland office. Snacks will be provided as well as 1 hour of continuing education.
Oh, good.
The
Okay.
other thing is on the 8th of November, I'm trying to get a group together to go take a look at a new community in the Milwaukee Clackamas area. This will be new construction, luxury properties. I think this will be a good neighborhood to go check out for our buyers. It's very convenient to 205, the Milwaukee Expressway, Oregon City, Clackamas, Happy Valley. So if you guys are interested, let me know. I can send you the information, but that's going to be next Friday, the 8th at sometime between 12 to 4 p.m. So we'll get a group together and we'll go check it out.
Good.
Nice.
Field trip on Friday, and then estate planning tomorrow.
That's correct.
That's really good information, not only for yourself, but to pass on to your clients and understand what their situation is as well.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And how real estate fits in with their estate planning, because it does.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Nice thing to it's a nice thing to pass along. It's a nice piece of real estate.
John, can I
Yeah.
mention that event that Red Mountain is coming down here for? I sent the email about the
Oh yeah.
developer. Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's this Friday and Saturday from 5 to 9. I can put a registration link in the chat because if you register, you can win a trip up there. But it's a ski resort in the Kootenays, and they are developing new homes there, and they're finding that like 85% of buyers are coming from the US. So they're coming down here to do a tour. And if agents have clients who are interested in purchasing homes up there, they can't technically pay a commission, but they can give us a referral in the same amount. So he's doing a presentation, this weekend. So I'll
Type
post
that
that link in the chat. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a resort? What is that?
Yeah, it's a ski resort. It's in like Rossland, BC. In the Kootenays, it's a really great ski resort. They've got great snow. Yeah.
How far past the border? Is it clear up near Whistler or is it
No, it's actually right above. If you go up through Spokane, let me see. It's up Grand Forks. It's not too bad. It's like let me go into the Google Maps.
and
here.
John is bringing it up. So is that Medicine Hat that's just over the border?
So let's see. That's Red Mountain. So that would be. Hang on. That's no Red Mountain, BC. We need not Seattle. There we go. Kootenay region. Oh, okay,
Rossland.
so it's right above Frontier. It looks like. Right above Spokane, and it's right at the border. So
Oh,
it's
Oh, I see
right
that.
by. If you go, yeah, it's right there. If you'd probably go up, you can probably go through Frontier, like a little, or you can go up through where Grand Forks is, kind of, or there's Laurier. Yeah, but it's not terribly far from the border, right
Oh,
above
it's
Spokane.
Okay.
I'm looking for Spokane. Where's Spokane?
There it is.
Did you see Spokane? I don't see Spokane.
Nope.
Ah,
There
all
we
right.
go.
There
So
we go.
wow. So yeah, right there. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, very
and
good. Well,
it's
thank you for-
beautiful. I've been there. Yeah, no problem. There's the link.
Nice.
I'm going on Saturday, just in case anyone wants to know.
Just to check it out.
Yeah.
take some pictures.
Oh yes. Okay.
All right.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. All right, so we have that. Okay. Anything in the chat? Good. Okay. Let's have a look at the market. It's a little bit different. Mortgage rates for October 21st. The 30-year fixed is 6.54. So we know why it went down, but we don't know why it went up. So it's a mystery. But that's what they do, 6.5. That's a good interest rate. The average 30-year fixed mortgage from Freddie Mac grew to 6.54 this week from 6.44 last week. So at 6.54 with a 20% down, monthly payment is $2,031 on a home with a price of $400,000. With 10% down, the typical payment would be $2,285. So the positive is mortgage applications are higher than a year ago. The monthly savings a home buyer could have on a $400,000 home is $270 compared to last year. That's monthly. That's good. This doesn't matter to 30% of home buyers who skipped financing last month, those lucky people. Owners continue to gain equity, allowing for large down payments and all cash purchases in the future. Okay, the negative is the housing affordability constraints have dropped the first-time buyers share for 2 consecutive months to the lowest historic share of 26%. Tough for for first-time buyers, without a doubt.
Right.
Okay, there's the chart. Let your people know. And to further this, the affordability index of I now have the September, and these are quarterly. So the last quarters is, I have it down here. It says, I found a new source for this. It's more reliable. Okay. A family earning the median income, which is 116.9 in 2024, that's the median income, can afford 89% of a monthly mortgage payment on a median priced home, which is 541. The formula assumes that the buyer has 20% down and does a 30-year fixed rate of 6.51. So affordability 89. If you can see at the chart, it's been up to over 130 a few years ago. Is this the lowest it's been? No. It's been in the 80s. It's been in the 80s in June and September of 22. So affordability needs improvement. If you want to write your congressman, tell them we need more houses and we just need better affordability. Send this to your congressman.
There you go.
There you go. But no, we very highly encourage participation in your realtor organization, but do what's comfortable to you, and take some advice from somebody who's volunteered with several organizations. Don't. No, that's I want to say, but they'll work you to death. They really will. So just, you're a volunteer, so you may do whatever you please at any time you want, and you can walk away at any time you want. So Lisa Nishioki, she's a friend of our company, and she participates in this meeting, and she is on the form committee for the state of Oregon. All right, that's jumping off the deep end, in my opinion, as far as what your responsibilities are going to do and what your participation is going to be. But there's all kinds of ways to support the realtor community without going.
Well, and that's one of them, yeah. And like you said, it's very much about your energy level, and everybody's different. And so some agents volunteer for an unbelievably everything. But Lisa Nishioka, yeah, she's very busy and definitely gives her insights on things.
I sat on a committee. I sat on the grievance committee for a couple of years, and during that time, and that's kind of fun because you get to be the judge. You get to read the complaints and read the responses, and even talk to a witness. So you kind of feel like a judge there, and then you sit as a group, I think at least 3 of us, and decide if they violated the ethics rules. And in 2 years, we probably heard a dozen cases and no violations. So it'd be just people complaining because something went wrong in the transaction, and they're gonna turn in the other realtor, and they do, and there turns out to be no ethics violation at all. So
right,
that was fun. If you want to do that, that's kind of fun.
Right. Get a hold of your manager or us if you have interest, because we have a lot of them to direct you to.
Oh, yeah. Okay, the absorption rate. What kind of market are we in? We are in a balanced market. 3.5 months of inventory indicates a balanced market between the seller's market and the buyer's market. And you can show this to your clients and tell them we're at 3.5 in the metro area. And the absorption rate is calculated by dividing the total amount of available homes by the total number of home sales for the month. When there's a surplus of inventory, you got a buyer's market. Prices tend to rise much slower in a buyer's market. On the other hand, when the amount of buyers exceeds the number of available listings, a seller's market goes into effect. Homes sell much faster during a seller's market. So a balanced market occurs when conditions favor neither the buyer nor the seller. And we're approaching that right now. It has been a seller's market firmly in the last several years. Koen, do you want to share your screen? Try that.
Yep, I can do that.
Okay, you're the co-host, so that should work. And are you going to talk about haunted houses? Is that what this is?
Yes, antique homes and Halloween. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Welcome, dear readers, to a hauntingly delightful journey through time. As the crisp autumn air fills with whispers of ghost stories and the excitement of Halloween night looms, there's no better moment to delve into the mysterious allure of old and antique homes. With their creaky floorboards and shadowy corners, these architectural gems hold tales of yesteryears and secrets waiting to be unearthed. In this special Halloween edition, we invite you on a journey through the charm, history, and occasional eerie tales that surround these distinguished residencies. Whether you're a history aficionado, a believer of the supernatural, or simply intrigued by the beauty and craftsmanship of antique homes, this post promises to enlighten and entertain. We'll try. Curious about what qualifies a home as old? The answer is more straightforward than you might think. According to the National Register of Historic Places, a home must be at least 50 years old to be considered for inclusion on the registry.
Is that all?
Yep, 50 years.
Wow.
While a home needs to reach the 50-year mark to be considered for historic status, the definition of an antique holds a higher bar. According to Merriam-Webster, antique is defined as an item that not only embodies the fashion and style of a bygone era, but also crafted during that period, typically being at least 100 years old.
See, that makes more sense to me.
Right, me too, to be honest.
Yeah, but those mid-century houses,
Yeah,
some of
those
them
ones
are
are
only 50, and they are really,
And they're very beautiful.
yeah, they're very unusual.
And that's
yeah,
an
those are
era.
considered old.
Oh,
As
not
you can see in this
antique.
chart, antique, which is built before 1923, comprises of 6% of the market.
Oh,
Old, which is from 1924 to 1972, is 28%, and 1973 to 2023 is considered new, and that comprises 66% of the market.
okay.
oh, that's a big stretch. Well, I guess 24 to 70. So I guess that's true. That's, okay.
73.
So about the same. That means a lot was built since 73.
Correct. And some of the houses were torn down, so
Right.
some of them aren't existing anymore. So
Huh.
let's see what else this is.
Interesting subject. Yeah, keep going.
I have a question about that.
Uh-huh.
If you have a home that's 100 years old that's in pretty good shape, would it be a good choice to have it on the historic homes thing, or would that add any value to it?
I think that, personally, I think there are pros and cons. With historic designations, there's a lot of limitations on what you can do. A lot of
Yeah,
restrictions.
there can be. We've had some properties listed. Well, we had a 100-year-old house. So what they thought about was what they have to do is they have to make it open to the public one day a year. And so they had to consider that. And so there's just an open house. It's not really advertised to the public, but people who know, people who really want in there will know, and they'll be able to get in there. That's one drawback to some people. I would say, Kuhn, wouldn't you agree if it just makes it sound more desirable,
Well,
Oh, for sure. Definitely is a marketing plus to say
That-
your house is a historic
right.
designated home.
Absolutely. And every city is different. So I know the home John is talking about is Northeast Tillamook. First of all, it had to qualify. And Portland is quite strict, where some cities might not be as strict. And then some cities like Boston or something that has a huge amount of antique probably has a real high bar, and then Europe or something. But Tillamook, she had to qualify. And then it was actually like a whole full weekend that they had to be available for historic tour in like July of each year.
I was actually
Okay.
talking about Wilcox Manor in Northwest.
Oh, that's another one. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Good question. Good question.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Josh, would you do it if it was your house?
I mean, that's why I'm asking, because the house that I'm living in turns 100 in 2027, and that's right when my parents are looking to sell. And
Huh?
so I was wondering if that would be a good idea.
Well, Josh, I would inquire about that. And is it in Oregon City?
Yes, sir.
I would contact Oregon City directly, because Oregon City does care a lot about that. They have a lot of Victorians down there by the water. And with all the revitalization happening on the water, they may also want to be including that. So I would inquire. I'd love to hear what they tell you.
Yeah, because this place used to be the rectory for the Catholic Church. It got moved from the bottom of the hill to the top of the hill, all sorts of stuff. So,
What
I mean,
style is it?
that's really hard to place because it's stucco downstairs, and then they added on a second floor at some point, where it's kind of like it's very very unique. And my parents' realtor had a hard time really labeling it when he was selling it to them too. So
Sure.
I will bring photos and see if anybody has any ideas.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd love to see it.
Okay.
Awesome.
Well, let's continue on. According to the 2023 profile of home buyers and sellers, 34% of homes purchased that year were old and antique. Older millennials and Gen Xers bought old and antique homes. Of the old homes purchased in 2023, 24% were purchased by Gen Xers, and older millennials purchased 22% of the older homes. Of the antique homes purchased in 2023, older millennials purchased 29%, and 24% were purchased by Gen Xers. Yeah, it looks like Gen X and older millennials prefer the older homes. Let's see why they chose that. 47% of antique home buyers said they chose their homes because of its charm and character. 41% of buyers of old homes said they chose their home because it was a better price. The most cited reasons buyer purchased a previously owned home built in the past 50 years was because they offered a better value overall.
Oh.
And I can see the reasons, older homes do provide, it depends on the size and whatnot, but sometimes older homes do have a better, price per square footage. The structure is a little more stable. Construction back then was a different, class of construction. Like, some people believe homes built back then were built better. So
They were built differently.
mm-hmm.
That's for sure. They were built by hand. If you've ever been in a Victorian, I'm sure you have, all that woodwork was done by hand, brought by a horse and buggy, and then with hand saws, and it's just amazing. But labor is calculated differently today. You could not afford to have a hand do that work.
No.
And so they did away with those kind of decorations. We don't do all that mill work and all of that craftsmanship inside a house anymore.
No.
Or you can get it made out of plastic at Home Depot and just glue it to the walls.
Well, let's see what other things they had to consider. Buyers of old and antique homes often had to make compromises regarding condition, price, and size. Specifically, 30% of antique home buyers compromised on the home's condition, compared to 36% of old home buyers. Regarding price, 30% of antique home buyers and 35% of old home buyers had to settle. In terms of size, 21% of antique home buyers and 28% of old home buyers made concessions. So, older homes aren't perfect. Well, no home is perfect, but if you are considering purchasing an older or antique home, there's some things you might have to concede on, such as the price or the condition or, the size. The allure of old and antique homes remains strong, especially during the spooky season of Halloween, when the charm of these historical residences is amplified by their mysterious past. As we've explored, these homes are not just structures, but stories frozen in time, offering a unique blend of architectural beauty and historical significance. Despite the need for occasional compromises on condition, price, and size, buyers, particularly older millennials and Gen Xers, are drawn to these homes for their distinct character and overall value. Whether it's the creaky floorboards that tell tales of generations past or the architectural details that capture a bygone era, old and antique homes continue to captivate and inspire.
Nice.
Yeah, interesting article. I think this will be, good to know for our buyers. If they're from the older generation, they may be more open to looking at older homes. And if they're, either a younger millennial or a Gen Z, they may be more open to looking at newer construction for their first home purchase or their home purchase.
Well, nostalgia is a powerful thing. So, that may bring back memories for people.
For sure.
we didn't have Victorians where I come from, so I think they're quaint. I really they're beautiful, but we didn't have them. But they're all over Portland still.
Yes, they are.
And we used to call them money pits. Well, obviously for obvious reasons. Something because 100 years ago was 1924, but they were what was Diana Stewart's house, Nick? 1890 something.
In that range, yeah.
Yeah, and boy, did she spend money on it. She spent
Yes.
she spent hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars on that.
Well, she put in some, yeah, she went really, really high end.
Yeah, and so it's probably worth $1 million right now, and that's a 1880s 90s Victorian.
Such a beautiful home, yeah.
But any house can be a money pit.
Yep.
A house built in the 70s can be a money pit. Just depends how it was treated. That's plenty of time for it to deteriorate.
Right.
Okay. Well, that's our program today. That's probably the most interesting thing that the Realtor Association has presented us.
I liked it.
Of all the stats they give us and the stories they give us. That was nice. All right. Well, then next week we'll talk about sphere of influence. Think about your client database right now, because we will be coming into the holidays. And so now is the time to make sure everybody is in your database, and to think about how you're going to contact them over the next 2 months. They'll expect something from you. If you give out a holiday card and they don't get one, they're going to feel snubbed. So it's a great opportunity. So absolutely take advantage of it and start looking over your list now, and go into Moxie and make sure everybody's in there that everybody that knows you. All right. Thank you, everybody. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 This is our time. No, this is our century. Our gold shines bright. Because this is a network unlike any other. 135,000 affiliated agents across 84 countries and territories in almost every Spanish-speaking country in the world. This is the most recognized name in real estate, the most respected brand in the industry. That's Greenspan. The leader in brand awareness 25 years in a row. This is earning accolades, more accolades, and more. That's a lot. This is making an impression. Over 27 billion of them. This is showing up big. Here, and all across here. Oh, and not just for clients, for the community. We're lifting up others with us. This is not resting on a legacy. This is running on it. Taking all that's been learned and seen and taught and dreamed over the past 50 years to shape and fuel the next 100. Century 21. This is our century.